Okay. Had an interesting dream last night. The Lord gave me a dream about gaining power in the spirit world. Jesus taught us to gain strength through prayer and fasting. There's another way to gain strength is the battles that we go through. You gain strength in those. The things that we suffer with Christ, like the Lord said, excuse me, suffer to be so now for such, is the kingdom of God. So what the dream was, all of these evil men it was like a mafia type style men that was trying to harm me, chase me. And I went in this building, and there was a man in there, and he had a weapon, and I grabbed his weapon, and I went outside, and I shot. It was like a machine gun, and all the men that was in my view was instantly killed. And I knew that there was more men off to the right of me, but they were out of sight. And I had a couple more bullets, and then the dream was over. But this dream was about spiritual things, not physical things. Wasn't real men. It was spiritual things. And no, that wasn't all the dream. I remember that I was standing by this one real big guy, and there was another fellow standing next to him. And all of a sudden, I was the same size as this really big guy. All of a sudden, so in that the Lord has told me that I have moved up into the spirit world. And I notice that people seem to treat me with a little more respect since I've had that dream. Now, if you can rule in the spirit, if you can rule things in the spirit, you rule. Jesus, after he had fasted 40 days, the Bible said the devil came to him, and through this trial and through the fasting, Jesus gained power in the spirit world. Well, the Bible said that his fame went out, that even though he had done nothing at the time other than the fasting and the prayer. And the Bible said then when all that had happened, that his fame went out. Well, what made his fame go out? All of a sudden he became famous, and he had gained power and strength in the spirit world. And the trials that we go through, listen, God has given us more prestige in the spirit world. You know how a fighter, he gains respect of people through the battles that he wins. Same thing in the spirit. We gain power in the spirit when we do battle in the spirit world. We gain. And over the years, man, I think maybe God is saying that the time has come for the battles that I have faced. And it is the same thing for you. Certain time, a certain place, certain thing going on in your life, the Lord will impart to you that strength that you have gained over the years. And it has to be the Lord, because God is the one that hands it all out. You know what I mean? Gain strength. I'm going to go and test my strength now in the spirit. I'm going to try to preach more. I'm going to try to sing more. I'm going to try to do things for God and see how the spirit moves. Because what you do, the things when you're small, will make a small impact. But what you do, things when you're big, will make a big impact. And we'll gain a lot of power, win souls for the kingdom, and do as much good as we can. for the Father, because when we stand before Him on that day, we want to have a good report of all the things that we've done on His behalf, to try to do something good in this world. Maybe save a soul from hell. Wouldn't that be a good thing to do? Alrighty. I don't know if I've done my 5 minutes yet or not, but this is what I wrote down. Got some in my pocket here. Yesterday I barely made it in my 5 minutes. Moving up and gaining power in the spirit world. You know what? A lot of Christians will look at this title. They have no idea what this message is going to be about. But this is actually what every Christian is after. If every pastor had this, he could gain 1,000 people a day in his church. If every evangelist had this, he'd only have to work 1 day a month. If every person who went out to do ministry could gain strength, and their job would be cut 1/10, they would never have to work hard. They never have to sweat. Their families would never have to suffer and go hungry. And I wish that there was some way that we could just get all the evangelists, ministers, especially the young ministers, to realize this, deep within their heart, that this is what they need to be successful. I wish somebody had told me this a long time ago. It's kind of hard to obtain when you're older, but when you're young, you seem to be able to get a hold of it a little bit easier. Not easy either way you look at it, but gaining strength through suffering is what Christ has picked to overcome the spirit world. Alright, God bless. See you again next time. Another great subject, Crossing the Middle Ministry.